Classification of relays and important terms. So this is the topic under unit 3 of switchgear and protection. The course outcome of this session is knowledge on classification and important terms on protective relays. So the main objectives of this session or today's session is, so we will see the definition for relay, then the principle of operation, primary and backup protection, then important terms on protective relay, and finally the classifications of protective relays. So this is the session 23. So under this session or in this session we will concentrate on classification of protective relays and important terms. So first we will see what is a protective relay. So the arrangement which sends the abnormal conditions of the power system, say for that we call it as a relay or protective relay. So the protective relays will give signal to the circuit breaker under abnormal conditions or the fault condition. I think we have seen in previous sessions, the circuit breaker basically it is a switch which can make or breaks the circuit under all the conditions, that is including no load, full load and abnormal conditions like short circuit or fault. So therefore, in order to open the system or in order to open the line, so we need some sensing device. So the protective relays will serve as a sensing device or sensing arrangement. So the relay can sense or detect the abnormal conditions. It may be your over voltage, or it may be the over current, or it may be the under voltage, or it may be the under frequency or over frequency. So this is the schematic diagram for basic protective relays. So here we have got primary of CT, it is connected to the line to be protected, and the secondary of CT is connected to the relay coil, and that is connected to the trip circuit. The trip circuit will have a trip coil and battery. The trip coil is connected to the handle mechanism or the moving contact of circuit breaker. So when it is come to the types of protection, when fault occurs on any part of power system, it must be cleared quickly in order to avoid damage to the system. See, it is not only the damage to the system, it is also the reliability is the criteria. So therefore, so if you go for clearing of fault as quickly as possible, one is you can avoid the damage to the system, and also we can go for greater reliability. The protection scheme or the protection system, it can be divided into two classes or two different types. One is primary protection and the second is the backup protection. So first we will see what is primary protection. So the primary protection, it is designated to protect the component parts of the power system. So each line has a overcurrent relay that protects that particular line. When fault occurs, it will be cleared by its relay and circuit breaker. So this forms primary and serves as first line of defense. Sometimes if the faults are not cleared by the primary relay system or the first line of defense, then the backup protection will do the job or will go for backup protection. So let us see what is backup protection. The backup protection, it is also called as the second line of defense. The second line of defense will come into the picture only during the failure of primary protection, only during the fault in primary protection or first line of defense. So this backup protection is designated to operate with some time delay or sufficient time delay. Say after time delay, the backup protection will come into the picture. See, the drawback of backup protection is larger part is disconnected than the primary relay functioning. Therefore, the greater emphasis will be given for maintenance of primary relay. So this clearly shows we have got two types of protection. One is primary protection and backup protection. Primary protection, it is called as the first line of defense. And when the primary protection fails, now the backup protection will control or will act as the protective equipments for the system or for the line. So whether it is a primary protection or backup protection, the relay should have some basic requirements. So these are all the basic requirements for any protective relay or in general relay. One, selectivity, then sensitivity, third, speed of operation, fourth, simplicity, fifth, reliability, and sixth, economical. So these are all the requirements for all types of relays: sensitivity, selectivity, speed of operation, simplicity, reliability, and economical. So now we will come into the session's core, that is important terms of protective relay. Today's session we will discuss on the pickup current. Second is the current setting. Third is plug setting multiplier. It is generally known as PSM. And fourth is time setting multiplier. It is generally referred as TSM. So these are all the four important terms we are discussing in this session. So first we will see what is pickup current. So the pickup current is it is the minimum value of current at which the relay coil starts to operate. So therefore, this is the minimum current at which the relay coil start to operate. For that we call it as a pickup current. When current in the relay coil, if it is less than the pickup value, the relay does not operate. For example, if the pickup value is equal to 1 ampere, so when the current through the relay, if it is less than 1 ampere, now your relay it is said to be inoperative. So when it is equal to 1 ampere, so now your coil will get operate or relay will get operate. So therefore, when the coil will get operate at 1 ampere, so that 1 ampere we call it as a pickup current. So the circuit breaker will remains in a closed position whenever it is less than pickup current. When the current through the relay coil, if it is equal to 1, as I told earlier, it is equal to 1, or if it is more than 1 ampere or more than the pickup value, the relay coil will get energized and it will initiate the action for circuit breaker. So the relay will be get activating and it will give signal to the circuit breaker. The circuit breaker will do the job, whether it is said to be removed from the fixed contacts or not. So this is current setting. So this is called as a current setting bridge. So this current setting bridge, it is designated with percentage. Starts with 50%, 75%, 100%, 125, 150, 175 and 200. So all these tappings will be connected to the relay operating coil. From here it is go to the trip coil. When it is come to the current setting, the pickup value or pickup current can be adjusted according to the requirement is known as current setting. So we cannot have a fixed pickup current or fixed pickup value. So in order to alter the value of pickup current, so we can have a current setting. So the current set, because of the current setting, you can alter the value of current according to the requirement or according to the need. Current setting can be achieved by use of tappings in the relay operating coil. These tappings are brought out from the plug setting bridge. The plug setting bridge permits to change or alter the number of turns in the relay coil. Current setting always expressed in terms of a percentage. Therefore, the pickup current is equal to the rated CT secondary multiplied by the current setting. So, as I told earlier, if it is said to be 1 ampere, now this is equal to 100%. Hence, the pickup current is equal to the rated secondary. If it is equal to 1, then it is multiplied by 100%. Now, the pickup current is equal to 1 ampere. Now, I want to change the pickup current to 0.5. When it is said to be 0.5, again the rated CT secondary is equal to 1 ampere. That is multiplied by 50%. 50% into 1, you will get it as a 0.5. Or you can have the higher pickup value or pickup current, say for example 2 amperes. If I want to go for a 2 amperes, now this is equal to, again the rated secondary, it is same, it is 1 ampere, and the current setting is equal to 200%. 2 into 1, you will get it as a 2. So this is how you can go for selection of pickup currents by using the current setting bridge or by using your current setting. So this will be an important part of your relay. So where you can alter or where you can adjust the value of pickup currents. So when it is come to the plug setting multiplier, PSM, the PSM will be the ratio of fault current in the relay coil divided by the pickup current. So this is equal to the fault current in the relay coil that divided by the pickup current. It is known as plug setting multiplier. So this is an time setting multiplier. It is generally, as I told earlier, it is represented or it is known as TSM. The TSM has got different dials and it is subdivided into this like 0, 0.2, 0.4. In between these two, I got 0.05, 0.1, 0.15, 0.2. Similarly, I got different settings. So the time setting multiplier, the relay is generally provided with control to adjust the time of operation. So the adjustment to alter or to change the time, the operation is known as time setting multiplier. So the time setting multiplier is calculated between 0 to 1 second in steps of 0.01. Say for example, when you have a dial is at 0, this is called as an instantaneous relay. Right? As soon as it reaches to the pickup current, the relay will starts its function. So then it is called as an instantaneous relay. For example, if the dial setting is at 0.4, now the relay will wait for 0.4 seconds, then it will go for action. So this is the intentional time delay we are providing for the relay to operate for about 0.4 seconds. So hence the relay will be waiting for 0.4 seconds. After 0.4 seconds, the relay will be starts operating. So this is the meaning of TSM or time setting multiplier. So we have a time versus PSM curve, plug setting multiplier curve. So the curve between time of operation and plug setting multiplier, see for that we call it as a time versus PSM curve. The horizontal scale is marked in terms of a plug setting multiplier and represents the number of times of relay current in excess of current setting, and the vertical line is marked in terms of for time of operation. So this is the curve, time versus PSM curve. So this is the plug setting multiplier, and this is the operating time. So the operating time, it is in terms of seconds, and this is the curve between time and PSM. So this is evident from the curve. For lower values of overcurrent, the time of operation varies inversely with current, but as the current approaches 20 times of load current, the operating time of relay tends to become constant. So this is a constant value for time versus PSM curve. The curve will be remains constant from here till the 20. So now we will see what is the classification of protective relays. So the protective relays can be classified in different ways. One according to the function, and the second is according to the actuating quantity, and third is according to the principle of operation. See, according to the function, the relays can be further classified as one as a main relay, second as a backup relay, and third as a auxiliary relay. Now this is very easy to remember as an MBA. M stands for main relay, and B stands for backup relay, and C stands for auxiliary relay. So this is the classification according to the functions. So we have got second classification as according to the actuating quantity. Actuating quantity, this is the initiating quantity of initiating quantity for protective relay. One as an power relays, second as voltage relays, and third as current relay. And again, it is easy to remember as PVC. P stands for power relay, V for voltage relay, and C for current relay. So the third classification is according to the principle of operation. So the principle of operation, one, the relays may be your electromagnetic relays, there is one classification, and the second classification is static relay, and third classification is digital relay or numerical relay. So this is another classification based on the principle of operation. One is electromagnetic relay, then static relays, digital relays, or numerical relays. So this is how we can go for classification. The classification based on one as function, second as actuating quantity, third as the principle of operation. According to the function, so this is main relay, that is first line of defense, backup relay, this is second line of defense, and the third is the auxiliary relay. So again, actuating quantity, so this is for this quantity the relay will be starts initiating its action, therefore it is called as the actuating quantity relay. So according to the actuating quantity, it can be classified as a power relay, then voltage relay, and current relay. And this is the another classification based on the working principle or the principle of operation for relays. One is an electromagnetic relay, this is our older version. Static relay, that is an improved version from electromagnetic, and now we are using all numerical relays or digital relays. So we will take some assessment questions on this session. First question is, the function of protective relay in power system is dash. The function of protective relay in power system, the options are: 1, detect the fault; second, isolates the fault; third, both A and B; and D, none of the above. See, for this question, always the protective relays will only detect the fault and it will give signal to the circuit breaker, because the circuit breaker itself will never sense any abnormality of the power system. The circuit breaker, it needs some associated devices or associated equipment. The associated equipment, in order to sense the abnormality, will be your relay. So therefore the solution for this is A. The function of protective relay in the power system is detect the faults. Second, the plug setting bridge permits to change dash in the relay coil. 1, the fault current, the options are: 1, A, fault current; B, the relay current; C, number of turns; and D, none of the above. The plug setting bridge permits to change not the fault current, not the relay current, it changes only the number of turns in the relay coil. So as we discussed in this session, so where the plug setting bridge has got, it is represented in terms of percentage, like 50%, 75%, 100, 150, 175 and 200. See, all this will change the number of turns. So therefore the solution for this is C. Third, the actuating quantity is dash at which relay operates. The options are A. Fault current, B. Relay current, C. Both A and B, and D. Minimum current. The actuating quantity is the minimum current at which relay operates, because as soon as the actuating quantity is equal to the pickup value is 1, it is a minimum value at which the relay operates. So therefore the solution for this is D. So hence the actuating quantity is the minimum current at which the relay operates. Fourth, the plug setting bridge permits to change. The plug setting bridge permits to change dash in the relay coil. A. Fault current, B. Relay current, C. Number of turns, D. None of the above. The plug setting bridge, this is already discussed. The plug setting bridge, it will changes only the number of turns. It is changing the number of turns. So therefore the solution for this is number of turns. Hence the plug setting bridge permits to change the number of turns in the relay coil. So the next question is, the time setting multiplier is to adjust dash. Again the options are A. Fault current, B. Relay current, C. Time of circuit breaker, D. Time of relay operation. So we are using the time setting multiplier in order to alter the time of operation of the relay. So hence the time setting multiplier, it will never adjust the fault current, it will never adjust the relay current, and also the circuit breaker time. It adjusts only the time of operation of the relay. So therefore the time setting multiplier is to adjust the time of operation of relay. So hence the solution for this is D. Next question, the relay operating coil. The relay operating coil is supplied through dash. The relay operating coil is supplied through, one is an instrumentation transformer, current, option B is a current transformer, option C is a potential transformer, and option D is none of the above. So in general the relay operating coil is always supplied through instrumentation transformer. Sometimes it is including both current and potential transformer. So the general name it is given for this is the instrumentation transformer. Hence the solution for this is A. The relay operating coil is supplied through the instrumentation transformer. So before thanking, so I'll summarize the today's session. The today's session will discuss on the classification of relays and important terms associating with protective relays. So the classification, basically we go for classification based on one is a main relay and a backup relay. This main relay, it is also known as the primary, the first line of defense, and the backup relay, it is called as a second line of defense. See, under important terms, we have seen the current setting, right? We have seen the plug setting multiplier, we have seen the pickup current, and the time setting multiplier. Say all will play a vital role in order to reduce the magnitude of fault current. So again the classification is based on functioning, based on function of relay, based on actuating quantity, and based on the operating principle. Okay, so I am thanking you, and this is our team headed by Srimati Aruna and Dr. K. Tippeswamy. Thank you.